1933 in the orphanage when all of the orphans were sound asleep. The littlest orphan woke up crying, "Mama, Mama, Mommy." She woke up all the other orphans, especially Pepper, who asked, "What's the matter, Molly?" "Mama, Mama, Mommy." Pepper had enough. Molly. And Ruthie told her, "Stop being so mean. She's keeping us away." "No, you're keeping us away." They put up their fists, and Tessie asked, "Are you guys gonna fight?" And they started to fight. "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness." Just then, Annie walked in the nick of time. They all listened to her. She told them, "Get to bed. Get back to bed." And Annie went over to Molly. She loved her very much. She put her arm around her and told her, "It's okay, Mommy. Annie's here." And Tessie said, "It's all right, Molly. I miss my mommy too." And they all stood up to sing about the mommies and daddies that they would have one day. So peaceful in their beds, all of the orphans sound asleep, when the mean Mr. Hannigan came in. He told them to get up, get up. And they all got up. Clean this stuff. Ruthie said, "What is 4 o'clock in the morning?" "That's 4 o'clock in the morning." Get to. Yes. Now. And they all got on their knees to sing about their hard knock life. Everyone got on their knees. Hard knock life for us. It's hard knock life for us. They worked so hard, but one day they had a nice little surprise. A furry little friend came walking by, and they all got so excited and went over to the new doggie. The doggie woofed. Tessie jumped up and asked, "What's your name?" And the dog woofed again. Pepper jumped up and asked, "Fido?" "Fido."
that. And Molly asked, Champion?
Champion?
And the dog really didn't like that. And Ruthie had an idea.
Potato head.
And all the orphans said,
No!
So they checked the collar, and it read,
Sandy.
Andy jumped up and said, Oh,
Sandy, stay with us forever.
and Sandy did. Sandy went back to the orphanage where she helped scrub those floors, wash those windows, sweep and mop all day long. One day, the mean Mr. Hannigan brought in a beautiful, nice lady named Grace. She pointed to Annie and asked,
Who's that? That's Annie. You don't want her to pee you. We'll see about that.
And Grace marched over to Annie, and all the orphans sat to watch what would happen. Grace asked,
Do you have a mom? No. Do you have a father? No. Why do you come stay with us a day with Mr. Warlock?
Annie said.
Yes.
They were so excited, Grace took Annie to the mansion where all the servants were waiting, so proper, with their hands behind their backs. Grace brought Annie into the mansion, and Annie could hardly believe what she saw. It was so different than the orphanage, big and clean. She knew she was gonna like it here.
Cecile will pick out all your clothes. Your bath is run by Mrs. Greer. Our nurse comes in to make your bed. I think I'm gonna like it. Never had a little girl. I'm very glad you volunteered. We hope you understand. Your wishes are coming. We hope you gonna like it here. Welcome.
While Annie was living it up in the mansion, the evil Mr. Hannigan tried every trick in the book to get her back to the orphanage. But Grace was too clever. Annie, however, had a beautiful heart and invited Mr. Hannigan and all the orphans to come share in the joy of the mansion where they all could be together and be happy. They knew the sun would come out tomorrow, and it had.
Okay, is it hard? There'll be
Our past